Fox News alert, breaking news now on a brutal assault in New Orleans and questions over whether it was politically motivated. It involves a campaign aide to Republican Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal. She was attacked after she and her boyfriend left a GOP fundraiser in New Orleans. Here is a picture moments later. There is early word that the attackers were making, quote, political statements during the attack as they beat the victims. We have not yet been able to independently confirm those reports. A statement from Governor Jindal's office says that there is no evidence that those behind the assault were protesters, because some protesters were seen outside of the fundraising event. Joining me now on the phone is Della Burning. She is the mother of the woman who was attacked. And I'm going to be joined by Andrea Tantaros in a moment as well. All right, let me start with the mother. Della, thank you so much for being here. So your daughter is a Republican fundraiser?
That's correct.
Okay, and she was at this event for the governor trying to raise money, and she comes outside of the event when it's over, and what happened?
She and her boyfriend were walking down the street, and derogatory comments were being made to them. As they turn the corner, there's areas in the French Quarter that are darker than others, and basically they were attacked in this darker area that's very difficult to see. I mean, it's more difficult for, a crowd of people to see just from where it is on the street.
And when you say that derogatory comments were made to them, what do you mean?
Yeah, I don't want to impede the police investigation, so I don't want to get into the political ramifications of this. But, things were said to my daughter and to her boyfriend. Basically, everything was about money. Just from the time they walked out of the restaurant, things were being said to them.
Meaning well, was your daughter robbed? I mean, was she and her boyfriend
not robbed? No, they were not robbed.
Okay.
She was robbed after, actually, whoever did this to her, after she was screaming on the ground, and the police, the men that did this to her left and ran off. She was actually, her purse was stolen.
Well, let me ask it this way, Della. One reporter says that he spoke with the public information officer for the New Orleans police, and that public information officer said that insults of a political nature had been hurled at your daughter and her boyfriend during the attack. Do you have any problem with that report?
Megan, this is not a Republican or Democrat problem. This is a problem that, a young girl and her boyfriend were attacked, and the story hasn't really come out, and I just want to make sure that these guys are found. That's the important part of this. I mean, there's accuracy in the story. I don't think I think that, yes, you do track an investigation. You do look into, who was in the area at the time, to be able to bring the right people in for questioning. I think that's really the important part. So, if the police are doing the groundwork and they're doing the investigation correctly, then certain people are definitely going to be brought in.
Yeah, and I know that they're looking at all of those who were outside of the event at the time. Della, do you know, did your daughter get a good description of the people who attacked her?
They were very average-looking, kids. They were not kids that you would necessarily think would harm you. That's their description of them. But, I'm not going to say that they look like Republicans or Democrats. I'm tired of everybody
Who looks like a Republican
that,
or Democrat? No, I'm just asking in terms of identifying marks that may help the police track them down.
I think that what's more important about all of this is that everybody, stay on track and realize that we're all Americans and that, justice just needs to be served. And, if the police are following the leads of who is in the area, we will get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Oh, we certainly hope so. Della, how's your daughter doing?
This was a very serious, she has, 4 breaks in her leg. She has a rod, that's her left leg. She has a rod that goes down the entire center of her leg, 2 plates and 7 screws. She has a screw through her entire ankle.
Oh, my goodness.
So, for a mother, it's a lot. And, the recovery is enormous. She's got 5 different scars that she'll have from this.
Oh.
So this isn't just something that, she was pushed down on the ground or she fell. That is just not the case.
They were stomping her.
Joseph and Allie, it was such a terrible thing that, I think both of them were probably hit in the head because, they really, it was coming out of it. It took a really long time for them to even be able to make sense of the whole thing. You can understand.
I know.
If something like that happens to you.
And I know, the reports are that she broke her leg in 5 places, that he broke his nose as well. How
he
old
has
is
a fractured jaw, a broken nose, a black eye.
How old is she, Della?
She's 25. She'll be 26 in June.
Oh, my goodness. And this is, I don't know if you can see our screen, but this is your daughter and her boyfriend moments after the attack. There she is on the ground before the rescue crews got to her.
Yeah, and, it's disturbing to me because, and everybody has their right to an opinion. If you really look at the photograph up close, she is not smiling. I mean, when it's a very small photograph, it appears that she's smiling. She's gritting her teeth in pain.
Oh, how could she be smiling? She broke her leg in 5 places. Somebody alleging that she enjoyed this or was smiling?
Oh, yeah. I mean, on some of the websites, they're saying, that she's smiling in the picture. She is most definitely not smiling.
Oh,
she's
Della.
gritting her teeth, and now he's really strong and really brave. So, her inclination would be to, toughen up and be able to bear it until she got some help.
You can't grin and bear it when you got your leg broken in 5 places. But listen, all the best to her and to her boyfriend. Nobody deserves this. Whatever the motivations were, our hearts go out to them, and we hope we catch who did it.
Thank you. And yes, that's really the point. We just want justice to be served.
Good for you, and we understand that completely. Thanks so much for being here. And folks, immediately after this break, Andrea Tintaros on what we do know about what was going on outside of that fundraiser moments before that attack, and the question, are politics potentially involved in this? Stay tuned.